What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Overboy, and I'm going to be doing my review for Rob Zombie's Halloween from 2007. So this is both a remake of the first movie and also an origin story for Michael Myers. It's directed by Rob Zombie and written by him too. And most of the movie, or the first half of the movie is like showing his origins, him as a kid, the warning signs of him becoming a killer and stuff. You see him killing animals, and he ends up killing this school bully. And later that night, after just having a lot of problems with his family members and stuff, is when he ends up killing his stepdad and his sister Judith and her boyfriend and everything. Then he gets put into Smith's Grove Institute, where he meets Dr. Loomis and is there for 15 years, and eventually he escapes and he goes back to Haddonfield to try to find his sister Lori. And from there on, it's pretty much a remake of the first movie. But this is a really interesting remake. I know this is one of the most divisive ones out there. Either you love it or you hate it, and I'm in the camp that loves it. I've always loved this movie and everything. Every time I watch it, I just love it a little bit more. It's really, really great movie to me. There are some things about it I don't like, which that just comes with Rob Zombie's movies, like his overly vulgar dialogue, which it doesn't really, it's not that it's offensive, it's just really kind of, some of the dialogue is really bad in here and stuff and everything. And the trashy characters that he has in all of his movies, some of them really stick out, especially Ronnie, who is played by William Forsythe. I hope I said his name right, but he does a good job playing him and everything. He's really over the top with his language and stuff and everything, but for the most part, I enjoy this movie though. Like I said, he could have toned down some of the language and stuff, the dialogue, and some of the stuff that was said in there just didn't make sense. It's like stuff that people would never really say, like when Ronnie says the thing about I'm gonna come over there and scold you. I'm trying to keep it clean on here, so I'm not gonna repeat word for word, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. But it's really crazy and stuff, and some of the dialogue is like really humorously bad and stuff. Like the part when Michael's mom is in there talking to the principal and stuff, the way she's talking to him and stuff, I was like, this dialogue sounds like something you would hear in a porno or something. It's like really, really cheesy and hilarious and everything. But for the most part, it doesn't bother me. It's mostly the stuff at the beginning, like the dialogue at the beginning is the stuff that really stands out. But as the movie progresses and stuff, the dialogue does ease up a little bit and everything. And I think the cast in here is also part of what makes this movie so good. Scout Taylor Compton is really great as Lori. Personally, I do prefer Jamie Lee Curtis more. Of course, she's had way more time playing Lori and stuff, but I did love this portrayal of Lori, and I think she's more realistic in this movie than she was in the other one. Of course, Jamie Lee Curtis was probably more realistic to the time period that movie came out. But Scout Taylor Compton really did act like teenagers did back then. Because when this movie came out, I was a teenager in high school and everything, so I could relate to her and everything like that. She was really, really good character though, and everything. The way she talked though, the vulgar stuff she did with the bagel and stuff that I know a lot of people like to fuss about, it doesn't really bother me. Everything, because I knew people at school that talk like that and everything. It's just, to me, that part of the vulgarness was kind of realistic and everything. But I think she was great in here, and Malcolm McDowell as Dr. Loomis was pretty good casting. He's definitely not as good as Donald Pleasance for sure, but I think he's still good enough as a character in this movie. I love like the way they developed the relationship between him, Loomis and Michael. I think it was really well written and stuff in this, and Brad Dourif is Sheriff Brackett. He's really good in this movie. He gets a lot more screen time and a lot more to do in the second movie though, but I loved him in this, the little bit that he was in here. And of course Danielle Harris is in this one as Annie. I think she's perfect in the role. I loved her in this, and Annie's definitely not near as annoying in this movie as she was in the original to me and everything, so I think that's a big plus too. And you get all kinds of little cool cameos from some of Rob Zombie's regulars like Bill Moseley and Sid Haig, and Danny Trejo. Clint Howard has a small role in here and everything, and they're all really good. And Christina Klebe, I think is her name, plays Linda, and I think she's really good too. So I mean, I think it has a really great cast. And then of course you got Michael Myers, who's as a kid he's played by Dag Farch, I think is his name. I hope I said his name right. And he's really good as him. I was really hoping to get to meet him this year at HorrorCon, but he was supposed to be there, and him and Tyler Mane was there at HorrorCon this year, and they were supposed to have this panel together and stuff, but it didn't happen because of Dag Farch. Like I said, I hope I'm saying his name right. Wasn't able to do it and everything, but I did get to meet Tyler Mane, and he was a really nice guy and everything, and he's one of my favorite Michael Myers. I love how brutal he is. He's like really, really brutal. He's intimidating and everything. Like he's so tall. Like I knew in the movie he looked really tall, but man, in real life he's like 6'9" and everything. He's like huge and everything. He had walked past me when he was going over to his table and stuff when he first got there and everything, and I was like, dadgum, that dude is huge. I didn't realize it was Tyler Mane at the time because I didn't recognize him because he looked so different, but it's like, man. And I got a picture with him too and everything. Got to meet him and get his autograph in a picture, and he's a really, really nice guy and everything. So I really like Tyler Mane as Michael and everything. He's awesome. And I think I said I got his autograph. I didn't get his autograph. I got Danielle Harris's. And like I said, she's a sweetheart. I've talked about that a few times on here. But all of the cast in here are great. And the kills in this movie are awesome. They're really, really brutal. The most brutal probably out of any of the franchises that out of like the big 6 franchises. I think that the Rob Zombie's Halloween movies are probably the most brutal and stuff, out of like Friday the 13th and Texas Chainsaw and stuff like that. The kills in here are just, especially when he kills that bully, the one that's played by Daryl Sabara from Spy Kids. He beats the bully up with the stick and everything, and you see the blood coming out of his eye and stuff, like he's crying blood and stuff. It's so brutal and everything. Like there's parts in it where it's hard to watch and everything, but and there are some things about this movie that I don't like. There's this one particular scene in the movie, and if you've seen it, you know which one I'm talking about, where the 2 guards go into Michael's room and they do some really horrible stuff to this woman and stuff and everything. It's right before Michael escapes Smith Grove and everything, and it's really, really unnecessary scene in there. I think it was in there just because Rob Zombie wanted to put something super crazy in his movie. Like he does that in other movies too. He did it in some really uncomfortable stuff in Devil's Rejects as well, that take the movie down a little bit and everything. But aside from that scene, that's really the main thing I don't like, aside from like I said, some of the dialogue is really bad, but the visuals in here are pretty good. Like I think they use practical effects for most of the kills and stuff and everything. Most of them were really good. I liked the Bob kill in this movie, just like I did the first one. Although I think it was done a whole lot better in the original version, and that one didn't really have blood, and this one didn't really either. Surprisingly, he kept that kill a little bit bloodless and everything, except maybe during the aftermath shots of it when has him hanging from the chandelier and stuff. But like I said, I love the brutality of Michael in this movie. They went all out on it. And as far as the backstory goes, I know that's another thing a lot of people dislike about it, because they're like, he's scarier when he doesn't really have a motivation. He's just doing it because he's pure evil. And I do agree. I like that side of Michael more in those movies. I personally prefer seeing him just being evil for the sake of being evil and stuff. I like that a lot more, but at the same time, I can't deny it that I do love the backstory in this movie and everything. I can separate the original movie and this one and enjoy both of them a lot. I think they're both really great movies, and this to me is one of the best horror remakes out there. Like it does enough different with keeping the same story formula and stuff as well, to keep me from disliking the movie and everything. That's something that doesn't happen very often. Like a lot of times a horror remake either really ruins it or it does it differently enough. Like the Psycho remake is shot for shot remake, and even though I think that movie is a lot better than most people say it is, I do understand the criticisms for that movie a lot more than this one. Like, this one didn't try to be exactly the same movie. It does have a lot of similarities in some of the certain shots and stuff. Like, you could tell he was really trying to pay homage to the original, and I love that he incorporated John Carpenter's score in here too. I like that about it and everything. I know a lot of people complained about that too, but to me it made it still feel like a Halloween movie and everything, and I enjoy this story. It's not as good as the original to me, but it's still a really great remake, and it's very, very underrated. I've always loved this movie and everything, so I'd say I'd give Rob Zombie's Halloween a 8 out of 10. I was going to give it a 9, but thinking about that one particular scene and some of the other scenes in here, like with the bad dialogue and stuff, I decided to take it down to an 8 and everything. But all in all, I think this is a great remake, and if you watch it without thinking about the original, I don't see why you couldn't enjoy it, unless you just don't like Rob Zombie's style, which he does have a really distinct style to him. So if you don't like his style, then you ain't gonna like the movie. But I personally think it's really great, and I always really enjoy it when I watch it. So but I'd like to give a shout out to my friend Chelsey from Love The Grunge. She was gonna be in this video doing a collab with me on this one and Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, but things did not work out as planned because of technical difficulties. So I think she's working on doing her own video talking about Rob Zombie's Halloween and stuff. So if she does and everything, definitely check it out. Whenever she does whatever video I'm doing, I'll leave a link to that particular video whenever she has it uploaded and stuff. But I'm gonna leave a link in the description box for so you can check out her channel, because she has a lot of cool videos on her channel and stuff, and she's been doing videos a lot longer than I have and everything, and I've always wanted to have her on here. Maybe eventually we'll be able to get her on here and everything once I get a computer or something where we can work it out easier. It just, with my phone and her computer, something just didn't match. So, but I wanted to give her a shout out, and definitely check out her videos and stuff. I know she's done videos talking about different movies and actors and actresses that she likes and stuff, so and it's definitely worth checking out. And her channel is called Love The Grunge and everything else. Like I said, I'll leave a link to it in the description, and I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and have a good day, everybody.